Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, September 3rd, 2015, and frankly, Friday, September 4th, 2015. We don't typically do market previews for Fridays, so this will encompass the rest of the week. And certainly, I don't anticipate doing one tomorrow night, as Friday is the day heading into the long Labor Day weekend. Stock markets and futures markets are closed on Monday here in the U.S., and typically people will be heading out the door early. At best, after the first hour or so on Friday, some people will already be gone for the long weekend. So unless something spectacular happens in the market on Thursday, I would probably not be doing anything for a market preview on Friday. Here's a look. The ES front month futures contract, we got a bounce. So after the gap down and push lower on Tuesday, we got the gap up and basically held flat on Wednesday. You'll see that when we look at the intraday action. So the S&P cash index right up against that 10 EMA, an inside day to the prior day, up 35 points. NASDAQ also bounced back, 113 points. Kind of crazy. SOX up 13. The biotech index up 128, holding that red static trend line that's been in place for a while now. Google recovered $15.35. Apple up 4.62. The VIX closed down 5.31, retreating to the lowest levels we've seen in the last week or so. Crude oil closed the session at 45.41. Here's a look at gold. It was down a little bit. The trend closed at 0.57, the opposite of what we saw the session before. Big close that session, and so we'll see. That brings the moving average back down a bit to 1.82. Advanced decline ratio was obviously positive today, plus 1150 or so on the NASDAQ. Means 1,150 more stocks up than down. And total volume for the session was only 1.78 billion, so back down again. So the down day was a big volume day. The up day is a weak volume day. Monday was a weak volume day. So, the pressure seems to be, or the policy seems to be that when we've got volume, it's a down day. Let's take a look at the intraday action here real quick. And you can see, so, we gapped down on Tuesday, held flat in the morning, drifted lower in the afternoon. Wednesday, we get the gap up, missed the gap fill by a couple of ticks, cut and handled out, and then actually got a futures scalp off late in the day on that breakout to the long side heading up into the gap. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a positive. By the way, the sum of these 2 days is not that wide of a range. Most of the net movement has been that gap down the other day. So it's not like this has been spectacular trading like the last week or two was. And we are heading into Labor Day. This is a common slow time of year. So if it wasn't for everything that was going on globally, this would just be flat action. We do have the holiday coming up, as I said. Let's take a look, though. There is some economic data left this week. We've got, what do we got here? On Thursday, we've got the Challenger job cuts at 7:30 a.m., initial and continuing jobless claims, and trade balance. Trade balance is one of our big three each month, so that can be a big number that can cause a gap. ISM services 30 minutes into the markets, and natty gas an hour in. So that's a lot of data coming out Thursday that can really keep us moving. And then on Friday, we've got the unemployment report and the non-farm payrolls an hour before the bell. That's also a big number. So that could obviously create some excitement. But again, people are going to be, as they say, that sucking sound you hear is everybody leaving the room, heading out for vacations and whatnot on Friday. So again, probably you will not hear from me. We'll have a new market preview over the weekend for next week, which will be a short week, Tuesday through Friday. But we are officially past summer. This is when volume does typically start to come back, and obviously we ended up with a lot more volume in August than you would have expected. You never know when the moves occur, so we're going to be here every day helping you make money. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. Have a great trading rest of your week.